below, hit that share, hit that subscribe, do it all, or we're gonna hit you.
Lucille,
multiple times.
she looks thirsty. So
Multiple times.
The best. So on my list of very, very good, but not on the great list, the top of that is Wonder Woman. Everyone knows that film was a step in the right direction for DC Entertainment Universe. It set the bar for what is expected of Warner Brothers moving forward with their live action. It really had a better pacing and better editing than Batman vs. Superman did last year. Although I like that movie, it's just the way it was put together and presented is awkward, and that definitely didn't help the film. So Wonder Woman's number one in my good but not great. I enjoyed it. It's good. And then after that, I'll have to put Lego Batman, which is great family movie, funny, very, very comic booky in the lore and how they looked at characters from other universes and in other parts of the DC realm, and they took Voldemort from Harry Potter, and King Kong's in it. Speaking of Kong Skull Island, I actually watched that movie today with my dad, and his general thoughts of it was there was a lot of plot holes, and there was a lot of far-fetchedness to it, but it being a King Kong movie, that's to be expected. But overall, he enjoyed the performances of Sam Jackson, Tom Hiddleston, and the special effects were overall very impressive, and I think he liked the movie overall. It's just not his cup of tea to watch those far-fetched movies anymore. Charles and I enjoyed it. Looking forward to him versus Godzilla is what they're building up to with the Skull Island, King Kong, and the Godzilla from a couple years ago. The Beauty and the Beast live action Disney movie. I know this movie meant a lot more to Samantha than it did to me. It was one of the few movies we bought physical copy to this year. She really, really enjoyed it, and I thought it was watchable. It was good. I think I enjoyed last year's Jungle Book a little bit more, but this one was a solid movie. It was a good watch. The music numbers were very, very close to what the animated one did, and so the Beauty and Beast live action Walt Disney movie, great family movie, might be the best family movie of the year. We did not get to see Coco, but I imagine I've only heard good things, being Pixar. Another one I want to talk about, very, very good, is Split. Sam and I saw this in theaters this year, and there's actually a reaction video. I'll put it right here. And Split, we enjoyed, and we love M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movies, and we love that, Bruce Willis's character is coming back from Unbreakable, and he's going to meld with the villain from Split. And the Glass movie, and Sam Jackson's coming back, so that's only going to be good things, for fans of this genre. So moving from that list, let's go to before my 5 top movies of 2017. These are the honorable mention 5. So starting with the number 5 on this list, that would be the Justice League movie. I put it a notch above Wonder Woman because it has the other heroes, and that's what I wanted from the DC Entertainment Universe. Of course, Flash and Aquaman, in my opinion, should have had their standalone movies before they attempted Justice League, but they went ahead and did it this weird order. You have, they did a Batman Origin, the beginning of Batman vs. Superman. You have Man of Steel. You have Batman vs. Superman, and the Wonder Woman story, and then here's Justice League, and they're all in the same continuity, same era. And then they toss in Aquaman and Flash and Cyborg. I really liked Cyborg. It was an enjoyable film. It was good. It was another step in the right direction. I'm very, very excited to see the Zack Snyder cut on the home release. I'm sure they will put it in there in its entirety. Number 4 on this list, I'll put Thor Ragnarok at 4. Very, very good. We had 3 MCU movies released in 2017, and for me, Thor was the bottom of those 3. Although it was good fun and a lot of laughs and very comedic And it's no slouch in the action department either. It just overall not as moving as a cinematic comic book come to life on the big screen to me as the other two films. So that's why I put in the number 4 spot of honorable mentions, Thor Ragnarok. Moving on up, closer to the number 1 spot of this list, John Wick 2. John Wick 2 caught me off guard. I liked the first one. I didn't love it. And I walked into this one with very clear expectations. Didn't really expect much in the way of the story gripping me the way it did. Keanu Reeves' portrayal as this unkillable assassin, and the odds put against him, and the settings being in Rome, and the dynamic between him and Common's character, who's also a very elite assassin who was protecting an asset that Keanu had to eliminate. Good movie. I really enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Didn't expect it to. Didn't see it in the big screen. Caught it on HBO Go HBO Now, and highly enjoyed it. So it made my honorable mention list at number 3, John Wick 2. Number 2 on the honorable mention list, and maybe this should have been on my overall list, but forgive me, but the Get Out movie, it caught Samantha and I by off guard completely. We were not expecting this to be as entertaining and well crafted of a story as it was. It was quite original in some ways, and it took a lot of elements from other past great horror. I think they tried to label a comedic horror, but this is not a comedy. It is a horror movie with social elements thrown in there of interracial and setting and where it was set. And the director is known for comedy. You know, Peele of Key and Peele fame, that guy, he directed this. It was just something captivating about Get Out, and it just very well put together, and acting and the cast and the setting. It's one of those movies that organically create a believable world that you're witnessing in front of you that feels real and tangible. At the same time, the supernatural elements of it were so different than anything. Very, very Twilight Zone in its crafting. So, number 2 of my honorable mention list is Get Out. And the number 1 movie of the honorable mention list for me in the year 2017 is The Last Jedi. It's not on my top 5. I don't hate the movie. There's elements of it that I don't particularly am happy that they're going the direction they're going. I don't hate it. There were scenes in it I love. It is the last performance of Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia, General Leia. Who knows what her role in the 9th movie is going to be now that she's passed. Maybe there's some more footage that she recorded that they can use in that. I don't know how they're going to do it, but The Last Jedi, it's not the worst Star Wars, but it's definitely not this trilogy's Empire. So I have high hopes that Episode 9 can only get better from here. So, with that being said, that's my honorable mentions list. I'll put a recap list right here. Let's move on to my top 5 movies of 2017. I'm going to try and end this video real soon. I didn't want to go this long. So,